Hello everyone and welcome to Saturday MP Show episode 21, being recorded November 28th, actually I was about to say 27th, 28th, 2023. This is a show where we're going to help you ship secure high quality software faster. And today we're going to do that by investigating or implementing HD basic authentication, kind of showing you how to do it. And I'm going to actually show you how to do it on my own Saturday Morning Productions website. So before we get any further though, I'm your host Chris, and you can give me feedback or ask questions for a future episode that you'd like me to answer, or just walk through something by leaving comments down below on YouTube if you find this video there, or you can send an email to ask@SaturdayMP.com, ask@SaturdayMP.com. All right. I think that's all the all the bookkeeping I have to do today. And the reason I said I screwed up the date is because I tried recording this video yesterday, but I ran into it just became a mess. I ran into some technical problems and the video just went off the rails. So usually I try to do these videos as live as I can because I think there's already too many like well-edited 5-minute videos. I guess it just makes things seem so easy. I think it gives I guess they're good if you're just trying to figure out something real quick, but it kind of gives a false impression how easy it is to do some things. And if you're actually developing something in real life, you're going to run into problems. It's going to take some time to muddle through it. And so hopefully these videos are like this. So I don't know if people like these, like that type of video, let me know. If they really hate it, maybe I'll go back to editing them. Or I guess I never did go edit them, but maybe I'll figure out how to edit. That's the other reason I don't do it, is I don't know how to edit videos very well. Okay, so yeah, this will be live coding. So like I said, I did do this before, so it'll be a little more polished than normal. But I probably will still run into some issues. If you see some mistakes, please let me know in the, like I said, shoot me an email or leave a comment below. All right. So this is what we're going to do. So I'll throw this link in here if anyone wants to read it, but my website runs NGINX, and I want to add some basic authentication to staging. So the Saturday Morning Productions website is pretty simple. It doesn't have a database or anything in the back end. Like, you can book a consult, but that's just using Calendly. We don't need those cookies. Just a couple other sites on here, or a couple other pages. So not a lot going on. Let's just go back to the main page. But I do, I don't have this open yet. Oh, shoot. Let me, I do my hosting through, am I going to have to log in? Oh, no. Okay, I'm in. Cool. I do my hosting via this website called Render, or website hosting called Render. And that is done. Oh, I guess I did say. So here's me being lazy. The cobbler has to wear shoes. It has a website, but it's a Ruby on Rails website. I guess I didn't mention that. And by default, it likes a database. So it just has this empty database here. It doesn't do anything, which I need to get rid of because they charge me a couple bucks a month for it, for an empty database. But I just haven't had the time to get rid of it. And then there's always the thought that I might need it in the future. Like way back in the day, I sold a product called Mini Compressor to compress JPEGs on your desktop. You could just right-click on a folder, an image, and it would compress it. So I might start selling that again. I don't know. That's always the thought. And in that case, I would need the database for that. So, okay. But anyway, back to this. So we have the Render website, and then so this is on the master here, the master main branch, whatever you want to call it. It's what am I thinking here? This is what's deployed, or this is what you see SaturdayMP. This is right here. I don't do it. I just do a simple, because this website's so simple, I don't do any fancy releasing. Just any pull requests that are merged to master just automatically become my website. So, but in the case when you create a PR, this Render has this feature called previews, and when you create a pull request or a merge request, because I'm using GitLab, it will create a separate environment for basically you to test that pull request. So it's kind of the staging environment you use. Again, this is a simple website. We don't need a complicated staging environment. So it'll create these, and then you can view them. Oh, actually, one other thing I should note, there's probably going to be a black box. I will do to edit it here because I get help on my website from a neighbor, a high school kid, and I don't want his name showing up on this video. So if you see some black boxes on here, it's either to hide some sensitive information maybe that I end up accidentally showing in here, or it's to hide, just a high school student's identity. So, all right. So, but you can see here that the pull request, I'm assuming, maybe I don't even know if I'll show this. We'll see. But probably don't hide the address for the pull request. It's actually, it's a very predictable number, so anyone can see the staging environment. And if we go look at it, so this is what oh yeah, right, because we're trying to do an upgrade to the passenger. Anyway, the fellow that's helping me with the website is trying to do an upgrade, but it's not working, so we're working through it right now. But so you can see like up at the top, well, again, I might block this out, but you can see that's a very predictable URL. And then if we go into the actual preview here, yeah, you can see it here, and then basically this is just a copy of the environment from main. So, and this gets created for every pull request. So the idea is I want to hide that. So I guess the long and short of it is when you go here, I want basic authentication to kick in, so that only myself or anyone on my team will be able to see the staging sites. Unfortunately, Render doesn't provide that, which is kind of a shame. I really wish they would. So we're going to have to implement it ourselves. And I thought the easiest way to do that would just to add HTTP basic authentication when we deploy to a PR preview. All right. Anything else I need to discuss? I think that's it. So that's the long and short of it. All right, and then so well, I'm just gonna push this, pull this off to the side there so that I can have access. I guess yeah. Well, I gotta give a quick preview of what we're gonna do. So HTTP, for those that don't know, HTTP basic authentication works. It's when you go to a website and you won't see the page at all, but you might see this like authentication required. But you'll see some sort of dialog pop up, and it'll ask you for username and password. And if you enter that, then you can access the website. I don't know if you've seen that or not. And that just works by having a password that lives on the server. So you just have to give it a username and a password, and we'll set that up using kind of these commands. This HT password application to create a .ht password file. It doesn't have to be called .ht password. You can call it whatever you want, but we'll need to use this command to create the password file. And then once we have that file, which here you can have users with their hash passwords, then you can go inside the NGINX configuration and you can add this auth basic command. So you have the auth basic and the location of the password file on the server. And then you can, if you want to turn it off, you can just use the off command. So if you want it off for a certain location, for us, we're just going to either have it on for the whole website or off. And if we're in production, it's going to be off, but if we're in staging, it's going to be on. And of course, you can do some IP filtering and stuff if you want. So I'll throw that link into the YouTube, the show notes, if anyone needs that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, because a couple other things. If you're just adding, one other thing I was going to talk about is this HTTP basic authentication is not encrypted. So if you just send this over HTTP and not HTTPS, S is the encrypted communication, then the password is visible to anyone who just happens to eavesdrop it on the way from your browser to the server. So you want to make sure that if you're doing HTTP basic authentication, it's always over HTTPS. And I mention that because I've seen some clients that still have HTTP enabled. So you're able to access their website through HTTP or HTTPS, but they still have the old HTTP either in their old Apache or NGINX config. So yeah, just make sure you're using HTTPS when you're using this. And I guess a couple of, like, the basic auth is only great for like small teams or kind of things like this, or when you need to temporarily disable. Like I've used it in production for clients or small businesses and stuff. We need to temporarily disable their website. You can just add basic auth to disable it. Make some changes, like maybe make an emergency production fix or do something that you need to temporarily disable access to the website and then re-enable it again. So, okay, so my website runs on Docker and it uses the Passenger. It's a Ruby on Rails application and it uses a Passenger web server or Rails engine. And so it uses Passenger. So there's Engine. So when a request comes in, it'll go to NGINX first, and then NGINX will pass that request off to Passenger. Because NGINX itself is just a web server, it doesn't know anything about Rails. So when it gets a request, if it's for a Rails route or something like that, it will pass that off to Passenger. Passenger will deal with it, return results to NGINX, and then NGINX will return that to the browser. So I have this Docker file set up, and inside this Docker file, there's some checks in here if we're in production or not. So you can see down here, if we're not in production, if we're in development mode, then I don't bother to install stuff like the gems or precompile the assets. And I don't create the gems in the yarn because that's all handled in Docker Compose. Because that way, when I do Docker Compose, I can get the volumes. I guess we're getting a lot off topic, but anyway, I'll just ignore that part. But yeah, there's some checks in there, and then, but in this case, I was thinking about how I would do adding the basic authentication to this file. I think I'm just going to leave it in there all the time, but just turn it on and off. And a handle the way of adding configuration, the NGINX config file is actually copied from, where's that in config? Yeah, config NGINX. So here is the website NGINX configuration file, and I copy it onto this into the Docker container when I build it. And the reason I do that is so I could specify the port dynamically, because in development we want port 3000, but in production you want like port 80 or port 443. And then I also need to specify the passenger user, because in development I use root user, so I can access the Docker volumes where all the source code lives, so I can see changes on the fly in my Docker container. But in production, I don't want to run as user. It runs as like app or www data. I can't remember exactly what user the passenger one runs under. But so I copy this file over, and what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to change this file and then copy it over, and then probably inject into it. Instead of port, we'll have one for basic auth and non-auth. Okay. All right, but I'm rambling a bit. Let's go, and so what I'm going to do, let's open the service ports. I'm just going to show how this would work. So if you weren't using a Docker container, you could just log into your server or whatever's hosting your, your server, however it's being hosting your website, and make changes to your Docker config file. So I'm just going to show you how that's done, and I just want to double check that I have the right commands here. So we're just going to run the Docker container as is. Bash. And I need the service ports because I want those ports open for when I'm by default, if you just Docker Compose run, it won't open ports, so I won't be able to access the website. So I think I have everything loaded. I tried to, yesterday was such a gong show. I'm trying to record this video. All right, so it looks like everything's running, but it won't be, actually it's not running quite yet because NGINX isn't started. Run won't start that. So let's start NGINX. And I think that's all I need to do to get this to work. Let's see. Taking a minute or two. It's a good sign. I'm assuming it's a good sign. Oh, something went wrong. What went wrong? Oh, I think, speaking of the database, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm missing. So if I go, Rails. I think this is what I need to do. Oh, no, they both already exist. Oh, wow. Okay. So again, you get to watch this live. What is wrong? Did I forget? Did I undo everything? I think so. Let's see if the tests work. I did rebuild it just before this. Oh, but it okay, maybe everything was cached, so maybe something screwed up. This is a new error we got when we upgraded to Ruby 3.0. So I still have to dig into that. Oh, these tests take a while. Well, yeah, I was hoping this video would go a lot smoother than yesterday's, but oh well. Okay, so something went wrong. And then if this, we'll take a quick peek in the log file. Did I accidentally set this to production or something like that? Oh, there's a green dot. That's good. I don't need this master key. Oh, I'll just leave it for now. We were testing running stuff in production, so. Oh, the test passed. So if I go look in the log. Oh yeah, I might see there's. So we're doing some testing in production. What's the latest one? What's the date? November 28th. All right, there we are. Cool. Oh, there's a production and a development log. 20. Well, I'm not quite sure. Let's do this. Tail. Is it F? I can never remember for tail. Log. Alright, and then let's see. Oh, but NGINX. Oh, right. I have to. I have to start NGINX. Is it the same? And we'll just see if there's anything in the log file. Oh my god. Oh yeah, are we trying to run? Alright, let's just do this. We're gonna get rid of everything. And then we're gonna do docker compose build, no cache. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, so while that's rebuilding, is there something I can do now? Well, we might as well start adding, because I was just going to show what we're going to add to the file, but let's just add it right now. So if we go look at the where are we? NGINX, my website file. All right, basically we're going to add, and this is again from that help file, because I can't remember the exact thing to add. We need to add two things. We need to add auth basic, Sure, we'll just do restricted. Well, we should set this up for development. That's what we have. So we'll just turn off for now. And then, no, I need to actually put this. Yeah, auth basic. And then auth basic user file. Okay. No, in this case, this is just going to be hard-coded, the file itself. So to put this in Cetra, NGINX, there we go. All right. Enable gzip. That's a weird thing for Google or for GitHub Copilot to say. All right, so we got those two commands in there, and enable. So basic auth can be turned on in staging. Now this .htpassword file, we don't want that committed to the repository. So we're going to actually create that and put it, we're going to create that dynamically at, when we build the Docker container, assuming this works. So let's just make sure everything works here. Let's never finish this building. Okay, so let's just do Docker. Let's just try Docker Compose up. If it works for up, then we did something wrong when we started it. So, oh, there we got a bunch of errors. Oh, I don't have my gems for some reason. Okay. Oh, something got messed up with the gems. So let's get rid of the volumes, I guess. Is it dash volumes? Or dash V, I think. There we go. Oh, something's still running. Just stop everything. Resource is still in use. Okay, I'm not quite sure it's using it. Let's just kill it the old-fashioned way. So there. Oh, it's okay. Is it JetBrains that's still using it? Okay, delete all those. Okay, good, finally gone. Well, unfortunately, okay, so let's just build everything. Docker Compose build. This will take another minute or two while it builds, and we'll have to install the gem. Okay, so while that's going on, let's keep working. So this, we're gonna have this. And this kind of magic replacement here in the website config is actually handled in this command here. So this, you can see where I replaced the port and the passenger user just using a sed command. So we want to add our own, which I think I'm just going to do in a separate line for now. We can, oh, for some reason my insert mode, there we go. We can add, we can combine it into one run command later just to get less layers. But for now, let's have it here, and we want to replace what? Basic auth with, oh, I'll have to create an argument here. Basic auth. There we go. And the other thing we're going to have to do is create the HT password file. Oh, okay, cool. it's done. All right, so it's going to have to install all the gems. So it'll take a minute. And to create this password file, we need to, oh, right, in the, I forgot, we're going to have to actually install this Apache 2 utilities into our Docker container so that we can use this htpassword command. So let's not forget to do that. So set the initial command, install yarn. I guess we could just put it after here. So this REM is something I use so I can find my own. There's something I need to comment or GitHub Copilot add. So I just remember to come back and do something with it. Because I don't like to use to do or something like that because everyone else will use to do in projects. So I just came up with REM as my own. I guess it's from the Windows bash files that I got that from. All right, so what do I need to do? I need to apt update and apt install -y Apache 2 utils, right? Yeah, I think that's what I need to install. We'll have to double check that when the Docker utility is up and running. We can test all these commands by running them manually in the container there. Now, we don't want to do a sed command anymore. We want to actually do ht and then b. Yeah, that's pretty close to what we need. So we need -c to create the file, b to enable us to put the password on the command line, and then where we want to store it. And do we want to, yeah, NGINX htpassword, and then we'll need this username and password arguments. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. So it's done building. So let's see if I could do db create. Okay, so password. So let's just put some arg basic auth, and by default it'll be off. Oh, I don't need a semicolon there. Arg basic auth username. I don't know, we'll just call it something, and then just password, I guess. What happens if you leave this password blank? Will it freak out? Okay, so that looks good. Now let's just make sure the tests work. So that, okay, so those are added. Auth, development password. I can pass those in during the build and production, because in oh no, I have to think about this. Because in production, that's still going to be off. But okay, but I can pass in staging. I'm trying to remember how render works again. Because when it creates that staging environment, it's just going to create, it's just going to copy all of, I don't know if I can pass a separate argument in here. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I will have to think of a different way to do this. Because I want it on for staging. How do I know it's in staging? Okay, now I have to look at render. Where'd render go? Here. So here's render. Where's... Go back to the website and go to previews here. Oh, is there some... Oh, I read the docs. That's what I want. Okay. So we're doing the pull request. How can I tell? You can detect whether it's a PR preview by checking the value of the is pull request environment variable. Oh, okay. So I could, if it's a pull request, I can set it to, okay, so I can check that environment variable. Whenever you push the branch, this is these PRs merged or closed. Okay. So, oh, maybe do we want... Can you have environment variables? I don't think you can. That's why I had to in here. That's a good question. Let's see. NGINX environment variables in config. Oh, okay. Maybe you can. Oh, it doesn't support environment variables. Well, you can use this. Okay, so that's, yeah, I couldn't, yeah. Oh, I'm not using NGINX Docker image. Oh, okay. So I can run this command envsubst using that template. My set template contains. No, it sounds like it causes a bunch of other problems. All right, so how am I going to... Is pull request true? Oh, the video last time was, or when I tried to record it, aside from recording technical issues, I didn't get a chance to actually try it. So, right, because I'm going to have to... This is going to have to be off or some other configuration. Dismiss. Oh, I don't want that right now. What does my build look like again? So if we go look at our GitLab build here. So we pull it, we build it. Oh, okay, so we could pass an argument in here if we wanted to. In the Docker Compose build, I think we could pass an argument in here. So we could do an if statement, I think, in here. If this is pull request, okay, I should. Okay, I should be able to do something with that. Okay, cool. Whoa, a little worried there for a second. All right, so let's see. All right, all that's passing. Now let's just see if my website works. All right, let's bring up the website. Okay, that looks better. It's not. I don't know why I didn't find all the gems. Oh, right. Okay, it's gonna. It wants us to log in right away because I put this in here, but I don't even have a password file. So, okay. Well, I just click cancel. So even without a password file, that's interesting. if there's no password file, it still wants you to log in. I'm just assuming, can I just leave it blank? No. No. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, but so it copied this in here. So cool. All right, so it finally worked. So now if we go, no, I need the service ports, the web. Now this should fail because NGINX isn't running. Okay, good. If I go NGINX, okay, I get forbidden because I tried to log in. Oh, did it remember the password? Nope. It's just forbidden. Okay. All right, so let's go vim, etc. NGINX sites enabled website. Oh, sorry, I gotta hit I. Oops. All right, so now we should be able to see this site because I turned off the authentication. Oh, no. Do I need to run? Oh, I think I might need to run the sbin my init. Okay, sbin init. Okay. Did that do it? Maybe passenger wasn't running in the background. Yeah, maybe. Okay, cool. Oh, that was a problem last time. Sorry you had to watch all that. But again, yeah, you get to see people make mistakes. This is what it's all about. Okay, so I have to run that command to get it to load. So what am I going to do next? So yeah, so you can see how just adding this, so maybe we'll just, sorry for those who just wanted to see the auth basic added. If we go back and we edit this file here, remember to hit the I because I'm in Vim. We just put, you just put any, like if you put off, it'll turn it off, but if you put any other string in here, sometimes it'll show it depending on the browser, but other times it won't show this string. So if we put this is a test here, and then we have this password file here, so that can stay. But we're going to need to add that password file, and we do that by, oh, did I add to this Docker file? It looks like I have this here. Okay, so I should have ht. What is it? It's beeping at me a lot. ht password. ht. Oh, it doesn't count. Okay. I guess I didn't hit app install Apache 2 utils. Oh. Something. Oops. Utils with an S? Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, something wrong with my Docker config there, maybe. Okay, so now it should be installed. Ah, there we go. Yep. Okay, so you can use this. Again, we want to create the file, or create the file. If you use /c and the file already exists, it will actually delete it and recreate the file. So you got to be careful with that. .ht password. Oops. Oh, I need a user. What are we going to call this user? Staging? Oh, I'll probably change it after the video so people don't know it, but sure, let's try it staging for now. It should prompt me for a password. There we go. Now if we go look in etc. NGINX, this password file, there we can see our user staging and their hash password. So now, just to double check that the command that we're going to run works. So we'll create the new file, we'll delete the old one and create the new one. So we should be able to do staging and then select the password as password. Okay, so that looks like it worked. Everything's the same. Now, if we go to our website here, oh, so I have to run the spin. There we go. Run that again. So now if I enter staging and the password, it should let me in. I don't want to save that. All right, cool. Yeah, so that's what we need to do. So that works. So run. All right, I'll have to look at the logs. Maybe I screwed this up. Or I didn't run in time. Okay, so, and then we want to create HT password. So I think all of this will work. By default, because we want this in development, we want it off. Sure, we'll leave that as development. We can change all those later. Yeah, and just in staging, we will change our GitLab. Okay. So let's try that. Let's try building that. So I want to go destroy everything. I'm going to rebuild this without the cache just to make sure. Let's see if we spot any errors, because the new lines we added are this, this. I'll just give this a quick test to see if it works. HT password, this, and then we'll just make sure all these files exist inside our Docker container after we build it. And then, so, oh, what is it? We're going to replace basic auth, and then what do we call it here? Auth basic. Oh, what's better? Do we call it auth basic username? Sure. I guess. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Now I'm debating about the name of things, which might be stupid. So it's basic authentication is what it's called. But in here, it's auth basic. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I liked this better when it was basic. Yeah, like that. And that's fine. This can be just backwards here. So that's basic auth. Down here, I'm going to replace basic auth in between exclamation marks with basic auth. Username and the password. Okay. let's try that. So that, sorry, this is going to take another minute here. So while that's doing its thing, I don't know, people watching the video, you keep an eye down below. Let me know if you spot an error that pops up. I guess I should watch this install. It looks like it's updating and everything. We're going to have to figure out here how we want to use this environment variable in our GitLab script. So build, and I also have to remember how, sure, let's just because it's always fun to do. Go to ChatGPT. How do I pass arguments to Docker Compose build? Or do I have to do this inside? Ugh, maybe I have to do this inside the Docker Compose file. Right, I don't think I could do it in the command line. That's right, I forgot about that. Oh, maybe you can. Build arg. Assuming this is correct, sometimes ChatGPT gets confused. So build arg. Okay, but I don't think I want to check for a specific argument. Okay, so now, actually what I want to check in GitLab. How do I check if an variable is set in GitLab CI? Could I just use an if statement? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what we could do. That's fine. That's what we do in the Docker file anyway. So, oh, okay, right. Everything built. I just want to check to make sure that everything looks like it was set up correctly inside the Docker file itself. So, because we took a little break there, if we remember, there should be, I guess, that password file application should be installed, but basically we should see, let's go look at the, oh, excuse me, sites enabled. All right. So that should be replaced by Auth. Perfect. That looks good. Users root, okay. And then there should be a dot. Nope, password file. All right, so that all looks like it was set up correctly. Now if I run this in development, I shouldn't be prompted to log in. That would be super annoying. I shouldn't be prompted to log in. So Messenger still loading. Oh yeah, okay. Looks like it worked. Cool. Very good. Perfect. Now just double check them if we did do this in staging. Oh, I need to open the service ports for this. We'll go inside staging. Or actually, let's not do this. We'll try and build this with an argument passed in. Like we could pass in basic auth as not auth. And just, I guess, leave everything else the same for this example. So if we did Docker compose build, Now, what I didn't think you could pass build arguments into Docker Compose, but because there's Docker and Docker Compose, but I could be wrong. Let's see. People that know the answer are already yelling at this. I don't need 4 dashes. That's a little excessive. Just 2. And then what do we need? We need this basic auth is going to equal this is a test. Now it shouldn't, I don't think I can use the cache for any of that because an argument changed, so cache the first part, I guess, but yeah, it looks like it's running everything again. Okay, that's a good sign. We'll let that run. And then while that's doing it, let's go back to our GitLab here. So we're gonna want to do, oops. Nope. Don't want that. What did it suggest here? Alright, so if, which I think this is all very similar to what's in the I have in my Docker file. I'm not a bash scripting expert. I always have to look it up. Oh, an example I wanted to see. Oh yeah, I want to see if the variable exists. So -z is not set. So that's all I care about. Oh wait, does it set it? Oh, but this is on render. Oh shoot, this isn't when I'm building the... This isn't in GitLab, this is on render. Oh, dang it. But I do build this. I do have to rebuild this. It is rebuilt on... Oh, dang it. How am I going to do this now? Oh, that's a bummer. Because I need to set this when I build it. Well, is there a way I could set it as an environment variable? And here. Well, maybe I do have to go to that. In NGINX config. Maybe I'm going about this only necessary ones totally wrong. Is template file in the right place? Well, that I could do. Then you can create a dedicated template file. Map host external IP. I have a script for NGINX that used on Docker Compose files and command for NGINX server. I named it. Fill in the environment variables before executing a command. Oh, I guess I could do it in the entry point of the Docker container. Here's an example. Oh, look at that. I could do it right in the Docker entry point. That's interesting. So huh, interesting. Okay. I think that's, maybe I'll try that. Right, because then I can read that. Oh yeah, I like that idea a lot better. So I don't even have to do it in the build. I can do it inside in this env subset. Oh, maybe the official understands one or more environment variable. And optional, so this is, oh, this is in the Docker NGINX, so, but I don't know if Passenger uses it or not. Oh, what did they add? I'm curious now. I don't know if that's going to be a problem for me or not. Okay, let's even just see if that works on our image. Okay, so we wanted to try just loading that in there. Can we just run that command? Not your config file. Oh, right. New. Okay. Oh, but what is this? Oh, it's this Docker again. I just want NGINX. Is that envsubst? Oh, is this just a... only necessary, thank you. I'm going off script, note the extra. Upon startup, a script will take that file, substitute the environment variables, and the output the file to oh yeah, there's back to the entry point here. env substitute. what is envsubst? Is it a Linux command? Searches. Oh, okay. So it just searches, well, not a file, but an input, and replaces them. Oh, okay. So we're just using a Linux command to do that. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, maybe that'll change a bunch of my stuff, because right now I've replaced those. Oh, that might make my life a lot, because I've replaced these. Oh, wow, I actually learned something today. Okay. Auth port. Oh, I wonder if I could replace all of these. Okay, so first of all, let's see. NGINX, sites enabled. Oh, I just noticed it didn't even put the double quotes on there, so I'd have to escape those. So if I just did basic auth like this. Okay, and then I did, how does that command work again? So it's taking envsubset, then okay, so I export. This is the environment variable. Hello. Here. And then the welcome text, I guess, is all this. This is foo and this is bar. So we have foo and we have bar. Oh, we just want the one to replace. Oh, so we don't have to do. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, okay. We just have to. Yeah. Okay, I see what they say when they're just. You have to specify some. You could do commas. Okay, that's good. So if we did envsubset basic auth, and then we inputted the NGINX sites enabled website, and we outputted it to. Wait, that's. Oh, I have to export that variable first. Right, because I don't think this will do anything. Oh, envsubset not found. Install envsubstitute. Oh. How do I even get it now? right, let's see. Which package does it live in? Can I get here? Can I tell? Oh, is it get text base? Is that what it is? Get text base. Yeah, get text base. Okay. So I'll get, oops, text base. Oh, is it dash? Update first. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, I just need to update first. So now if we do env, what was that command that we had? What's this going to do? Just going to output it. Oh, right, but I didn't export. I need to export basic auth equals, let's just put auth. And then, oh yeah, there we go. Now can you, if I look at the existing file, it shouldn't have overwritten it. So it's enabled. Right, if we look here, yeah, it's still basic auth, but if we do this, can you write to the same file like that? Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing to do? I don't know. Nope, apparently it just deletes it. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Oh no, it's still there. Oh, but it's empty. Okay. It just spit it out to an empty file for some reason. It's probably my lack of scripting that's going on there. So, because all these commands here, oh no, this inputs it and then outputs it to the same thing. Oh, that's really weird. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Let's just copy this back in there. Paste. All right, let's try that. Just make sure. Yep. Okay. Do I need some brackets or something around this command? So I'm outputting it to an existing. No, it should be okay. Oh, just cleans it out for some reason. Bummer. So I would really need to do this in so if I just call this like website1.com. Alright, okay. Okay, I can't just put it to the same file. For whatever reason, that just does not work. Okay, so that's interesting. So that seems to work. Okay, so what should we do next? Huh, no, I'm not quite sure. So that was interesting. I don't know if I should end this video here and then come back and we'll, we'll just replace this because this is almost an hour. Well, sorry for those that are, oh yeah, this I don't need. Sorry for those that were watching, I hope. But that's interesting. Okay, I looked a lot, so I could maybe replace all of these. That might be even better. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll just end this video here and then it's almost dinner time. Then I can come back and we can replace all of these. We could do the basic authentication one, but we can also do the port. Oh, that would be great, because that would I think I still have to leave the port and stuff in there, but yeah, I have to look to see if I actually need to. I don't need to hard code these like at build time. They can just be set in the environment. Oh, excuse me again. Right, like these could all just be environment variables. Would I still set them? Right. Oh, okay. Oh, environment. Yeah. So some of these would still need to be arguments because this is during build. I do different, or during the build of the Docker container, I do different things. So like passenger app environment would have to be like that. Setting the user, but oh yeah, all this would go away, and just during our startup script, we would use that. That command go, this envsubst to set it. Yeah, I think that's what we could do. We could just use that instead of this fancy find and replace that we have here. So when it would need to be hard coded in there. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. And then what about the password? Again, that would be an environment. So this could we also do this during the environment and just set that during this, right? Because we could run this command during our Docker entry point. Again, it doesn't have to be hard coded. We could set it every time we run it. Okay, I like that a lot better. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna end this video here. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Hopefully you found this useful. Even, as I said, this is kind of like live coding a little bit, so I fumbled around a bit and got here. So I'll try, hopefully, yeah, when I fix this, I'll record it anyway. Maybe I'll put out a couple videos this week or something. I usually try and do one a week, but yeah, so hopefully everyone found this useful. As always, you can leave comments in the if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave comments down below. You can send an email to me at ask@SaturdayMP.com. If you found this video useful, please feel free to share it with others and subscribe and do all the things like that. That would be great. If you didn't find it useful, just send me some constructive feedback or try another video on my channel or on a different channel. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your time and attention. And I will see you in the next video where we will add, we'll substitute out all these environment variables. I wish you all the best. Take care.